Hello everyone, welcome to a World of Warships video. Today's video is the Tier 8 British light cruiser, the Edinburgh. So I quite like British light cruisers, but the Edinburgh had one flaw that made it probably one of the least favourite of my of the British light cruisers, and that flaw was that Tier 8 in Tier 8, the players are better. So, which really means that the problem with Edinburgh was that I just really wasn't quite as accomplished at it. And yeah, so anyway, I've picked it back up. I've been playing a lot of the Fiji. I've completed all the honour missions for the Fiji because the Fiji is such a blast to play. And obviously I've learned some good habits like not rushing out ahead, because one of the things you need to realise is that if you're the first cruiser seen, you are the first cruiser sunk. And that basically is the way it works. So here we are in the Edinburgh, in the Aurora base capture map. So generally there's quite a lot of enemy destroyers, which is great for me because the ship isn't really very good against anything that's particularly large. Anything larger than it is basically a problem, and everything's larger than it apart from destroyers. And here I am, sort of losing the plot, trying to make sure that the destroyers are out ahead of me by at least they're spotted first. Now, if a destroyer's spotted first, that's not great for the destroyer, but generally they can get away with it. Whereas with a cruiser, you've got a lot more problems. So here we are. We're looking at there's Benson. There's no point trying to deal with him. I'm not going to try and go up the middle. We'll just try and take out the edge. And here we are with the Wichita. No chance of taking on the... Oh, there's a lightning. We'll just see if we can toss them over the iceberg. Destroyers are the primary target because basically they are the ship that you're here to get rid of, because they're the only ship that you can really effectively get rid of easily. Right, so we've opened up. We've got we've got ourselves detected, but because we're not the first ship and there's a couple of destroyers real in close, these guys are really quite brave, our destroyers, especially that guy up right in the enemy's back end there. I've done that myself, but I only ever did it once in Laterra. Well, he's gone. That's the Tashkent. Definitely the wrong destroyer for that job. You can do that. You can go around the enemy, back rear of the enemy in the French Terrible, but basically you are shooting at a distance and you have very high speed, which means that you can take a lot of shots and not many hit. But this guy, who's gone out to the left, is doing a fantastic job of dealing with that Wichita. That Wichita is actually quite a difficult ship for me to deal with, so I'm glad he's dealt with that. So here we are, we've got the Iowa. So there's a couple of battleships there. There's a Richelieu and an Iowa. Both of them are bad news for me. Yeah, particularly either of them really. So we are detected. We just need to be a little bit careful because if we're detected and it's not by those battleships, then there'll be probably some torpedoes incoming. And what we're going to try and do with this Richelieu is just hammer away at the start of him, at his nose, see if we can get some shots through. We're getting a few bounces, quite a few bounces, and that's just the range. The dispersion means that the shots are going all over the range, all over the place. And yeah, those that hit his thick armour are just bouncing clean off. So probably, yeah, a good proportion of them are bounces. Here we are, we've gone in at the Iowa. That destroyer is doing a fantastic job of short-range strikes against those ships. And here we've got the Lightning, which is, oh, that Iowa's gone, taken down by the Benson. Right, our smoke's gone, and with the Iowa gone, we've got a Richelieu, and yeah, things are a little bit better for us. We loft the shots over the iceberg, get a couple of hits. The main thing is I need to keep hitting him so that he knows that he's got the Edinburgh out here. The Edinburgh is, it's easy for you to make a mistake and for a destroyer to take you out, especially if you get too close. But the destroyer knows that if he's not got his eye on you, the Edinburgh can do an awful lot of damage. So that leaves the Richelieu on his own. Our Iowa's there out the front, which is not really where I'd recommend that he be, but hey, oops, there he goes. Massive amounts of damage. Basically 2/3, and I think it was the Fletcher that did that, or the Benson. Right, and here we have the Richelieu. It's not worth launching torpedoes at this anymore. I mean, maybe if I get a bit closer and he's still going, but as it turns out, how's he looking? Pretty sick. My job will be to take on this other guy. He's gone. And right, now it's 2 destroyers against 1 Edinburgh. And I'm going to have to say that it's, you know, I like these odds. So he's gone into the smoke. I've puffed my smoke. I'm reversing to make sure that his torpedo... Generally, they'll fire the torpedoes in front of you. Sometimes they'll fire it straight into the smoke. The idea is to get the front-on angle to the smoke. That's a lightning. Oops, he fired in front of me. So that's 1 set, possibly 2. I didn't really check. Now, if it's 2 sets, he's pretty much harmless, and all I need to do is just go over there and just shoot him up. If it's 1 set, then that's a problem. That's the lightning, a single torpedo coming through with the lightning. Right, so what we'll do here is we'll get ourselves into a good position. Now we chop the power, turn in, get the guns going. No point in getting our torpedoes going. This guy here is going to try for a YOLO run, but yeah, well, I can deny him. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake. He's not going to last the next salvo, so whether his torpedoes come out or not, nothing for me to worry about. So nice little tag team set of destroyers. If they'd been better coordinated, it would have been a little bit rougher, but yeah, I mean, essentially what they're trying to do is wait until their torpedoes are available and shoot them off. You really need to, yeah, it was a bit more coordination. That could have been quite a nasty situation. But anyway, as a result, yeah, fairly typical sort of Edinburgh game or British Light Cruiser game. Good support. Didn't rush in too much and got the destroyers in the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.